The next generation will be here, and the current generation of champions. That's our start list. All the big names, all the big teams are here, and they all want one thing, an Aussie Bodies male Taplin relay title.
Well, Josh, we've said it time and time again. Everyone wants to win this race. Every club puts their best swimmer, their best board paddler, their best ski paddler together to try and get the job done. 18
teams in and away, the same order as we've seen all day. Swim, board and ski to finish the Half Moon Bay lads off and away. And it looks like maybe on the front it's Allura, so a great performance from them so far. Big long legs, that's probably Tommy O'Keefe, a great surf swimmer, one of the best in the business, son of a great leg spinner as well. And he will lead them out and away, and expect big things from him. We haven't seen much of him in the summer of surf so far, but he's a tall, lanky lad, and he's a great swimmer, and I guarantee he will be in this when the whips start cracking towards the end. But it's the other side of the screen that seems to have had the best of the start so far, and once again, Jack, it's very important to get on the front of this pack with a single 180-degree turn.
Well, that tide's dropping, Josh, and that means the run becomes that little bit longer, that little bit more important. You've got to get up on those legs. You've got to stay strong in that weight and make sure that you set the race up early. And at this stage, it's Manly out in front, so Manly off to a fantastic start in this men's Taplin relay.
Mermaid Beach coming up alongside, maybe James Lacey there as well. So Mermaid took out the win in round one. They haven't been back on the podium since, so they'll be very, very desperate. Or are we going to see one of the southern sides? Ocean Grove's here, Fairhaven as well. Of course, we spoke about the Half Moon Bay teams. They got two in this, and don't count out the boys from South Australia, the West Beach crew. And have a look at that. There's some push and shove. North Cronulla gets in trouble there. Maybe Alexandra Headland a little bit further back than they want to be, but they're going to work their way into it in that board and ski with the likes of Jet Kenny and J-Mo Porter as well. But they've got to be close enough if they're good enough at the moment. And out in front, Kendrick Louis, he is flying. He's had a stellar day, and he's leading this Manly side out with an absolute class act.
Well, Manly is sitting in 3 as well, Josh, so that goes to show the depth of their swimming in the club. There's 5 metres between Kendrick Louis and the second Manly team, who are currently trying to work their way up into this one. And you'd have to think that they're going to be very close when it comes to 6-man Taplin relays at the Australian titles, because the depth, as I said, is outstanding from that Manly group.
Oh, it's not just depth 1 to 3, it's 1 to 6 when it comes to the Aussies, and you'll see all that right here on Fox Sports. The Summer of Surf will continue all summer long, and Kendrick Louis, I guarantee, will be in all of the action. Kurrawa in second place, Manly B in third, Mermaid Beach is there as well, Northcliffe hanging on, Newport, don't count out North Cronulla. Will Budd, he's had a stellar day. It was very impressive, but have a look at that technique. Near flawless there. Nice high elbows, gets the hand in with minimum splash, and a long stroke out the back as well. So a really, really solid, consistent technique from a great swimmer.
Yeah, Kendrick Louis is beautiful when it comes to technique, and he's a real technician in that swim leg. He's also very good on the craft legs, Josh, and that's why he's so good all round and such a very impressive Ironman.
Oh, a little wave comes. Will he pick it up? Oh no, he just doesn't get down it there. So it gave him a little push and allowed him to push away further from Kurrawa and then further again from the pack. But have a look out the back. The Jags on. Dial it up, boys. Here we go. That's what you want. One's down at, two's down at. No, they're off. 2 teams fell off. Looks like maybe Mermaid Beach got down it. I don't know who else got the shot. Kurrawa was there as well. So Kendrick Louis not looking around. He's through that difficult transition section, and it is definitely Mermaid Beach in second, and then
Half Moon Bay, Josh. That's Half Moon Bay, the local club who have come through. Sam Shepherd. So Sam Shepherd, a noted swimmer, very, very, very good swimmer from down here, and he's put his team into the mix.
How could I have not seen it? Sam Shepherd, he's won the Lawn Peter Pub multiple times, represented Australia. They're a little bit further back. He's not the quickest across the sand, but at one point, close to the quickest open water swimmer in the country there, and he has shown them how it's done. So could Half Moon Bay get on the podium? Could they win one? Wouldn't that be an upset? We know they've got great ski paddlers with the likes of Russell Fox. We love the Fox here at the Summer of Surf, and if they can be close enough after this board leg, I wouldn't count them out.
Well, can Russell Fox do enough in that final leg? And it's whether or not their board paddler can actually hang on to the likes of the board paddlers that are going in at the moment. We saw Max Brooks go in. Jet Kenny is going in at the moment. They're currently in about 10th place, so look for Kenny to try and make a big move, but they've got a lot of work to do from here.
Jet Kenny's got a faster start than Usain Bolt. He flies off the line, struggles a bit towards the back end. I'm going to blame his coach for that, but you guarantee have him in any team event at any club, anywhere. Unbelievable. And Harrison Stone stuck out on the outside there for Manly A as Corey Taylor chases hard and goes the interesting tactic to push through one there, grab the back straps or grab the front straps and just headbutt the wave.
Got a little bit of air over that one too, Josh, so that we know that Harrison Stone gets that board moving, and he's shown us that there. He's working towards that cannon. Matt Poole's trying to chase in second as Luke Cuff works his Mermaid team up into third, and we know Luke Cuff can paddle a board. We saw how impressive he was in that final board leg in the Ironman, and he will close this gap on these boys out in front.
What about Jet Kenny there? He's just appeared in screen and he's taking the longest, slowest strokes I've ever seen, but that board is still flying. His levers are giant. He gets them in the water, a huge pull of the water there, and that board just hooks along. He's got himself in behind Allura there, in behind Surfers Paradise and Mermaid in about 6th place, and got a little bit of work to do to catch our leader, but they're primed and ready to go if he can get a wave as he starts to make his move.
Well, he went in at about a 10th or 11th spot, Josh, and he sees his run into the can and really works towards the inside. And I mean, that's a great picture for the kids at home. You watch that, you watch where he decides to go up and really make his move on the inside of that can. He'll start to pick off a few places now as he pushes the Manly B team out a little bit wider.
Good racing from Jet Kenny. He knows how to race. He knows how to get in the thick of the action here. And Matt Poole is bringing in Harrison Stone. They're both on their belly, really going at it. Harrison Stone doesn't get up on the knees. Matt Poole does. Here we are with Surfers Paradise. Zach Orchard, former Summer of Surf round winner in the board race here, trying to get them in on the action. And here the two teams split.
Well, we saw Kenny make his move up around the can. His next move was to head across to the point, and that's him in about 4th, 5th place at this stage, heading to your right-hand side of screen. Whereas our leaders took the move to turn and head straight back into the beach. And will it pay off? Will heading back to the beach pay off, or will the boys that are heading across to Torquay Point pick off a wave?
We've seen the point be the pick all day long, and Harrison Stone sticking to that. Coaches Cam Coughlin and Mitch Roberts there, they know what they're doing. Matt Poole, but he's taking the direct line home. He took the direct line out and he pulled off a ton of ground, and he's doing the same thing here, but there's no waves on offer. Out the back, a couple of guys super desperate to get something. We can see them all. The stroke rates drop. They're looking around. They're praying for a wave. Corey Taylor chasing Jet Kenny, and out to sea. There's waves on the point. There's waves on the point. Here they go. They try and get down them. One, will he get down? It looks like Jet Kenny going along with Corey Taylor there. Corey Taylor will miss out. Jet Kenny will get it. No, Taylor, he's going to paddle back onto it. Huge performance there from Corey Taylor. That's what Taplin relays are built on. And our two leaders, they're going to go from 1st to maybe 3rd and 4th like this. Matt Poole knows, and he spits the dummy. Very, very angry from there. You should have been further up the point, Paulie. And sometimes there's nothing you can do when Mother Nature rolls the dice.
Well, that's the option you take, Josh, and you've got to make sure that you know where you want to go and you stick to that race plan, which is exactly what these boys out in front have done. And Jed Kenny, he's quick across the sand, and he is a superstar in the making.
Oh, unbelievable there. He is a great board paddler, a good ski paddler, and an incredible runner. And look at the grit of the teeth. He's gone away from Manly. He's gone away from Corey Taylor there. So Stone and Taylor have been left behind, and he's going to tag off to Jamo Porter, who's got one of the fastest starts in the business there. What about West Beach? The Zool boys, they're in there. Matt Poole has dropped all the way back to about 7th place at the moment. Jamo Porter's on and away. He's got a huge gap to start off with there. I think a couple of the boys way too shallow for those ski paddlers there. They jumped on, and then the rudders were in the sand, and that's terrible form from a couple of experienced ski paddlers.
Well, I think they're trying to give their board paddlers the shortest transition possible, get on their skis early and in, but Jamo Porter took the option to get out a little bit further. He knows Jet Kenny can wait. He knows his legs are strong, and it looks like the boys from Northcliffe are starting to peg Jamo Porter back at this stage.
So let's take stock. On the front, Alexandra Headland, James Porter. In 2nd place, Nick Rogers. from the Northcliffe Club. In third, it's Manly and Jay Finesse on the ski. Bevilacqua and TJ Hendy from Currawa and Surface Paradise chasing hard. And Hendy flies over the top of one there. Hasn't had a big day so far. He's going to try and do something special and get his team back into it. But at the moment, on the front, it's still Alexandra Headland. Northcliffe in second. They've battled it out all summer. They've been on the podium a couple of times each. Manly, they're trying desperately to get onto the podium for the first time here. They're the three big clubs in the Taplin relay so far in the summer of surf, and they're trying to prove their worth here in round 4, because this is where the point score gets cracking and this is where things start to get interesting overall, and Jamo Porter will be desperate to get Alex on top.
Well, Jay Finesse is an Ironman. We know he swims well, he can paddle a board as well, and he obviously goes all right in the ski because he's holding his own, but I would expect that Porter and Roger will go away from Finesse on the way home and really open up a gap to give themselves an advantage with that run to finish.
James Porter, originally from down here in Victoria, made the move up north, so a little bit of local knowledge as Matt Bevilacqua almost cleans up the ski can going around there. Watch out for that one, Bevilacqua. Here they are on the turn, and now it's a race home, and if this is going to be anything like the opening 2 legs, we're in for plenty of action. So it's Porter who turns first. Roger, the former South Australian there, he's in second place, made the move to the Gold Coast. So they're trying to get out of the cold water up into the warm northern water, and Roger goes super wide. But have a look on the inside. Jay Finesse has picked one up out of nowhere. This runner's going to play a massive role here. Rogers picks it up on the outside, and will Porter get it in the centre? I think he will. I don't think he'll make the same mistake. But what about that? You turn the can, you dial a wave, you get one almost home.
Well, that's a wave from the ski can, Josh, and isn't it going to make it interesting? 3 legs, swim, board, ski, comes down to a run up the beach, and a few of these boys, particularly I know Jamo Porter, doesn't fancy himself a real quick runner, and especially in a sprint finish.
Well, what about this? The longest races we've had all summer, and all 4 of them have come down to a sprint finish at this point. Nick Roger is a long way down and the wrong end when it comes to the sprint up the beach, and he's starting to make his way back across now. Jay Finesse is pushing them further down because he knows that right-hand side, that's the key. It gets shallower earlier there. You can see from the white water there, it starts a little bit earlier, and Jamo Porter's not waiting around. The man in the middle, he's going hard at this point. He knows the first bloke off is almost guaranteed to be the first winner. Jay Finesse fires up for Manly. Have a look at Kendrick Louis run across the front of him. Jamo Porter is up first. Jay Finesse is going after him. He's got the big long legs there. He's reeling him in. He's not only reeling him in, he's going to go past him, straight past him. Northcliffe's out of it. Give them the wrap. They're gone. I think Manly's going to get there. Porter stumbles and Manly gets the win. It's a huge win there for Jay Finesse. And then the judges, they'll have to pick second. And it looks like Alexandra Headland got there by the smallest possible margin. Maybe just a hair on Jamo Porter's chest. Over Nick Rogers and the Northcliffe Club, Mermaid, Currawa, Manly, Newport, North Cronulla, Half Moon Bay, and West Beach from South Australia. They're the top 10.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think the start of the season, our goal was to win a couple of these Taplins, and they're a lot harder than you think. So to get one win, the last round leading into Christmas, and with 2 epic blokes, it was just a fight from the start to finish. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really tough. I was pretty scared on the way out that Matt Poole was going to catch me, and on the way in had to work pretty hard to get on the same wave as Jet Kenny, but got there in the end, and I think I tagged Jay 3rd, so it was a pretty good position.
I'm not really a ski paddler, so I'm not sure how those guys run, so look, I just had to try and give my all and do it for these boys. I was thinking about the $500 that could go to the Sunday night after the national titles in March, and I was just doing it for that really, and the boys, because they put in such a good effort in those first 2 legs, and I had to sort of finish it off for them.
It's awesome winning with these boys, but this is a team effort, and we can't do it without the coaches back home. The support staff from Manly Surf Club is unbelievable. So this is for you guys at Manly. You.
Manly's cheering, but they're not on top. It's a 3-way tie between Alexandra Headland, Northcliffe and Currawa on 115 points. They've got 3 more rounds to sort it out. We get further down the page, all these